Alright, welcome to my reaction for episode 2 of Psycho-Pass 2. We got a little reintroduction to Akane and some of the other guys with our new characters like Mika and Togane and the red-haired guy and our villain at the end. So, just kind of a bit of a setup, and we'll see where it goes from there. So, I'm curious to see what we'll focus on. Let's go ahead and jump into it. In 3, 2, 1, play. We're starting with Akane in the shower. Okay, why not? So yeah, of course, that one enforcer was killed, and the inspector kidnapped? Yeah, they don't have any record that he was there, so they just think she shot him and then went off somewhere. So they don't know what to make of that. Whale Cheetos. Wandering cactus. Waffle. Cheese. It's cheese, and it tastes like waffles. Anyway, while the OP plays, real quick, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these videos. Psycho-Pass comes out every Wednesday, with other videos all throughout the week, and also check out the description down below if you want to go to Twitter or Discord or anything like that and hang out, or Patreon if you want to support what I'm doing here on the channel. Get some videos early, vote in polls to decide what shows I watch, all that kind of stuff. So, thank you so much. But yeah, like I said, don't like this OP as much as the other two. But I do like parts of it, and I like the visuals a lot. I really want to see what Ginoza is going to be like in this season. You know, we've seen a little bit so far. But, I just want to see how he'll be throughout the whole season in such a different position than he was in Season 1. I like the red hair guy from what we've seen so far. Alright. Episode 2, The Creeping Unknown. Scary. So, Akira Yamatoya, this is the guy who was killed, the enforcer. I'd be curious to know everything she wrote in her report. Yeah, of course, she would focus on that. What did she say about him? That he overstepped his bounds? Yeah, he did do that. Yeah. She seems to be very by the book, which is how Ginoza used to be. But again, he had reasons, and he was an experienced guy. She's just some dumb kid. She seems like she just thinks she knows better than everybody else. Thank you. Yayoi. Is there a little... There was that scene in Season 1 where, like, she was, like, on top of her, and she's like, are you okay? And there was, like, a little sexual tension. But I wasn't sure if it was meant to be, but now, clearly, yes. Threesome, Yayoi, Shion, and Mika. Do it. Maybe that'll lighten her up. Hinakawa, that's right. I like his purple sleeves. Okay. Like, we know with her, she was involved in that one case in Season 1, so, you know, she had a bad experience with some criminals, of course. But, you know, beyond that, it's like, why do you think you know so well about what's going on here? Hey, what's up? Don't know too much about this guy yet. I guess it has to do with that drug, right? Like, that's why they were showing that at the beginning of episode 1, right? Seems like he's losing his mind a little bit. I guess it's because of the villain man. He helped him out somehow. Yeah, he's like, that wasn't a hostage. He was in the car with me. So he's telling them about the existence of this guy. He just sounds like a raving lunatic, so they have no idea what the fuck he's talking about, and they have no reason to take him seriously. So it's a Makishima type, influencing these smaller criminals. Yeah, they didn't detect anybody because he apparently is undetectable, maybe. Odd. Okay. I mean, his coefficient was high enough to warrant the lethal elimination. So they're just going to assume, well, then I guess it was the necessary act. And she's just run off and is doing who knows what. Someone that you couldn't detect. Yeah, you may as well look into it as a possibility, just in case. Seems like there is, I just want to know how. That's what I said in episode 1, water closet. Oh, I didn't think of World Cup, no. What? The fuck is that? He just has like a zoo full of animals. And he's just gonna release animals all over the place, and that's his big plan. Or he's gonna make everybody go to the bathroom. He's gonna give them all laxatives. Or make them play soccer or football. Nice outfit, Akane. Is that your training gear? Okay, cool. Like how Kogami used to do. Pretty good, pretty good. I think I recognize his voice. I can't quite place it. Oh, all right. So he had personal investment in that case. He's from a pretty wealthy family then, but he's an enforcer. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Use these people to their, use their strengths. A therapist is somebody good to have around. He even smokes like Kogami. Somebody with experience in holograms, and some dumb child. Why not? You think so? You're not even saying it's a possibility, you just think he does. He seemed a little crazy. Okay, it's a very advanced hologram. Yeah, I mean, they said it didn't recognize her as anybody, but they say you would need a model to make one that sophisticated. I guess it could be a dead person. Let's see if they find anything. Or maybe it's somehow like an amalgamation. Nope, okay, a girl who's been dead for quite a while. But yeah, she's been aged up. How the hell did they do that? I know there's we already have technology that shows like what you might look like in the future, so I'm sure they would have a much more advanced version of that here. But that's pretty elaborate to make such a sophisticated hologram around it. It's an interesting idea, though, for a disguise. An aged up version of some dead girl who died when she was a kid. Damn, it's just dropping. What do you do now? Do you have to let him go? Or like, how does that work? Apparently, somehow he has allowed this to happen. Wait, he came to see you? When did he come to see him? That's not. Like, how could he get in here and you guys didn't know? Okay. Well, then you should look into that guy then, right? I mean, I guess they didn't get anything suspicious on camera of him doing anything weird. It does. She doesn't smoke, though, does she? She was just around Togane. Maybe she has been. I don't know. Yeah, okay. They have to do that then. Okay. Why is she actually leaving early? So she just... She doesn't smoke them, she just lights them and lets the smell get on her and smells it? Why, though? You don't even need to do that to have, like, memories of Kogami, because Togane smokes too, so just get near him. That's weird? Of course he did. That's what happens. When you transfer criminals, they always escape. Holy shit. Just like that, huh? Yeah, I mean, he had a clear psychopath, so she couldn't shoot him. And by all evidence, his psychopath being clear, he shouldn't have tried to do that. Well, you should have learned from Makishima. But what if there's somebody to unlock it who the scanners can't detect, somehow? This guy can just go wherever he wants and just not be detected in any way. Apparently. So yeah, there is someone else working with him for sure. They have to know that now. Where's Charlie? When? I'm thinking about like somebody who could deceive the scans and be invisible. Like what would werewolf clothing? And you got like invisible fucking ink. What a... Wendell? Walter? This guy's unstable. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. He just fucking did it. Holy shit. Right there in the middle of a group of people. Shit. Another one? The dominate... Oh, it went up again. It went way up. Okay, then. Yeah. Is she gonna tell him not to do it? Kamui? You just told them his name. What an idiot. Although if he can't even be detected, who knows if that name is real or if they can find anything on him from it. What color? It stands for what color? Bye. Okay. Goddamn. That took longer than usual. So he wants people's psychopaths to be lowered. Which Akane also does want. I don't know. Seems to want to help people get clear hues, but I mean, he's allowing this man to do all this shit that he was doing, so I don't really know exactly what his motivations are right now. But yeah, the smoking thing is weird. I guess it's just because of Kogami, right? I guess it's just that like she misses him. Is that what it is? And so she just lets herself smell like smoke. Okay. I mean, I guess that's not like the worst thing in the world. And I guess it shows us some stuff about her character. It's just a little bit odd, but alright. But yeah, seeing a little bit more of Togane, learning about where he comes from. I really like to know what landed him in the position that he's in. But he's in agreement with Akane. And learning more about them and how they have their own specializations that Akane is aware of, as she should be, to be a good leader, about his therapeutic background or Hinakawa's specialization with holograms. But then you've just got Mika, who they just kind of have because they needed someone and she exists, so bring her on board. And I'd like to get detail on that report that she wrote up, just complaining about them. But yeah, that's a cool idea with the hologram disguise, taking someone who was dead and aging them up and being able to do that in such a clear way. Like, I mean, it's a good idea for a disguise, but apparently that's such like advanced hologram technology to where, like I said, we have that kind of thing now where we can guess what someone might look like. And I'm sure they would have an even more advanced version of that there. But from what they were saying, to be able to predict so accurately what that girl would look like, because like it detected her, like when they took the older version's face and ran it through the database of dead people, it came up with that girl. So clearly that was like a perfect representation of what she would have looked like had she survived. So to be able to make such a perfect render and use that as this elaborate hologram that can even fool the system and whatnot, that's cool. I don't know how he's able to do that. I don't know how he's able to avoid scans completely. Like I said last time, that seems like a pretty natural step up that you would take from Makishima, somebody who could have a clear hue in front of the system. How do we make somebody more threatening? Make somebody who can't even be detected at all. And he's able to somehow make other people's hues affected. I don't know what he did. The only person who came in was the therapist guy. If he somehow has him under his control, he's working with him, he's just a fucking hologram too. Or that was a hologram of him over him, something like that. I don't know. Or if he somehow got in there some other way. I'm really not sure how exactly he's operating. But it's an interesting idea, and it seems like a pretty big threat. Somebody that you can't detect at all. How do you find him? They have a name to go on now, but I don't know how helpful that will be, and I really don't know what his motivations are. But right now, it's actually fairly interesting. Just from the little that we've seen, of what he might be doing. Makishima was a great, entertaining villain, so I'm not necessarily gonna hope this guy's gonna be as good, but hopefully he'll be different. And I mean, just from what we've seen so far, he seems to be. Just from what he said at the end and how he was crying. I don't know what he's done with the inspector, Shisui, that he took, or it was that Shisui, whoever her name was, the inspector. I don't know what he's done with her exactly, but hopefully he'll have his uniqueness to set him apart from Makishima, but maybe still be good. He's probably the most interesting thing for me so far, the thing I'm curious to know more about, exactly what he's doing here. But yeah, just Yayoi, a good scene for her telling Mika, like, hey, you know, Akane, she's an inspector, she's a good girl. Ginoza, he was an inspector. Calm your tits. I don't know what Akane would have done there at the end, because, you know, she does want to talk people down as best as she can. And of course, the others came in and actually shot him, but he already set off one bomb. He had another. We saw his Hugo down before, but then all this shit happened, and clearly there were artificial means that they don't know about that caused that to happen, and it's a whole fucking hullabaloo. And would she have said, you know what, we have to do it, we're just gonna have to fucking kill this guy? I mean, trying to get more information out of him would definitely be good, so even if it's just for that, maybe trying to keep him alive would be a good thing. But would she have wanted to try to talk him down again? Would she have seen it as being impossible? Because it's an interesting discussion, and, you know, Mika's point of view on that could have some merit. Like in the first episode, do we let him get away and potentially harm or kill other people? But if we kill him, well, then he's dead. People die when they are killed. Not only do we not get any information out of him, but also, you know, somebody died, and that's not cool. So if we can potentially avoid any deaths, even though trying to talk him down has a risk of other people getting hurt, they might not, and there's potentially 0 deaths. So do we risk that, or do we just blow him up to guarantee nobody else gets hurt, even if it means his certain death? And that's an interesting question. It's just that Mika doesn't really present it well and comes off, again, like she just, for some reason, thinks she knows so well. It's like, I've been here for a year and a half. That's practically forever. It reminds me of, like, a little kid who turns 13. And they're like, I'm a teenager now. Now I'm a grown-up. Now I know everything. And it's like, I'm not a kid anymore. And it's like, oh, fucking, who are you? Shut up. So yeah, that's about it for now, I think. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. The villain has become the most intriguing part for me. I really want to know what he's doing and why and how and everything surrounding him. There's some pretty good intrigue with that. It's pretty well done so far, so I want to see what's going to happen. You know, we got this guy taken care of, so I don't know if we'll have some other smaller criminals who are going to be associated with him too. How often we'll cut back to him. You know, there's this show is only half the length of season 1, so I don't know if we can go long stretches of time without seeing him. I don't know if we'll get a in-depth look into what he's doing, but yeah, I want to know more about him, so leave your thoughts down below and we can talk about it some more. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. Check out the Patreon and all that if you want to get all those rewards and support the channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.